Good morning guys! So today I thought I would film a what I eat in a day video, but as you can probably tell from the title of this video, it's slightly different to my usual what I eat because today I'm going to be trying to eat and drink like a Gilmore Girl. Now this is going to be a very interesting experience because the Gilmore Girls love to eat a lot of food and they drink a lot of coffee, so this is going to be a very fun and interesting day and I'm super excited to get started and eat like a Gilmore for at least one day. I'm not sure if I could hack it for any more than that, but for this morning, obviously I don't have my own Luke's diner ready so that I'm going to be able to go and get breakfast from him, so instead I'm just going to make myself a diner style breakfast or one of Lorelai's grab and go type foods. So I'm going to be making some cherry danishes and also some coffee because let's be honest, it wouldn't be Gilmore Girls if I didn't start the day with coffee. Coffee! So I'm going to go down to the kitchen, get some coffee, some food and probably some more coffee, so let's go. Okay guys, so it's breakfast time, so I've got myself a big mug of coffee, which to be fair, I have to kind of call myself out. This is probably not the kind of coffee that the Gilmore Girls would drink because I feel like they're just straight up strong black coffee. I'm not quite there yet, so this is like a vanilla coffee with sugar in it and frothy milk because that's what I needed to make this to be a nice drink. But you know, it's still coffee, so in my opinion it counts. And then I've also got my cherry danishes, so I'm going to give these a taste test. So I feel like these definitely count as something that Lorelai would make even if she didn't get them from Luke's because they're super easy. They were just made with ready-made accidentally vegan puff pastry, jam, and then I've just topped them with some vegan squirty cream and some icing sugar. So basically they're a really easy recipe, so I think that they definitely count as a Gilmore Girls friendly one. Oh no, they're kind of stuck to the plate, so I'm just gonna have to taste a bit. Okay. That is delicious. Cheers! Right, I'm gonna go eat the rest of my breakfast. Okay, so it's now time for coffee number 2 of the day. I've just nipped into a little coffee shop called If in town because Jay and I were just doing a little bit of shopping. I just got a oat milk flat white. I've just tasted it and it's actually really nice. Yum. So coffee number 2 of the day, and it should be super delicious because oat milk just makes the best coffee, and I never usually have oat milk at home. I don't know why, but I always just buy almond, so I always think that coffees from coffee shops taste nicer because they use better milk. And then I also decided to get something for lunch. I'm not going to be eating it just yet, but I will eat it when we get home. And I got myself a grilled cheese because I was thinking I had breakfast in mind, what I wanted to do, and a dinner in mind. I was like, what is Gilmore Girls like that I can have for lunch? And then I figured grilled cheese is exactly what they'd get from Luke's, and this was actually obviously not a diner because we don't really have them in England, but it was an independent cafe, so I feel like that kind of ticks the boxes, and grilled cheese just sounds amazing. So just look at that. Oh, so good. It's like grilled vegan cheese, obviously, and then got some onions on it as well, which I feel like is the kind of thing that would, like, maybe Luke would sneak on there to try and make Lorelai and Rory eat something healthy, because he does that often and they kind of reject it, but I actually like onions. So yeah, I'm really excited to eat that when I get home. I'm gonna drink my coffee now in the car and eat when we get back. Alright guys, so we're home and I'm finally allowed to tuck into my grilled cheese. Well, not allowed, obviously I was allowed anyway, but I wanted to wait until we got home, so I'm now going to pop that on our grilled cheese, not grilled cheese maker. Clearly the coffee is getting to me because I cannot form a coherent sentence, but I'm going to pop the grilled cheese on our sandwich press, that's the words I was trying to get out, and reheat it, because obviously it's been in the like box for a little while now, so it's gone a little bit cold, and obviously the best way to have a grilled cheese is to have it super hot and melty and delicious. So I'm just going to heat that up, and also I think it's time for coffee number 3. So this time I've mixed it up a little bit and I've gotten this Califer XX Espresso cold brew iced coffee, and that sounds equally terrifying and delicious, but I'm thinking it's going to be tasty because I really used to like iced coffee. It's pretty much all I used to get from Starbucks, and then I kind of like transferred into a tea person, and if you've watched any of the videos on this channel before, you'll know that I'm definitely a tea person. It's like pretty much very rare to see me without a cup of tea in my hand, because I love tea. So this day is a challenge, just in the sense of having coffee instead of tea, but I don't like iced tea, and so it's, when it comes to like a cold or iced drink, iced coffee is definitely my preference. So I'm hoping that this will be really tasty. So I'm going to make myself an iced coffee, well, not make, pour myself an iced coffee, heat up my grilled cheese, and enjoy what will hopefully be a really tasty lunch. Okay, so it's actually only a little bit after lunchtime, but I'm already thinking about dinner. But once I tell you what I'm planning to make, that will kind of make sense, because I was kind of going back and thinking about all of the most iconic Gilmore Girls dinner recipes, and the one that kept coming into my mind as like the biggest and best was the one where it was Lorelai's birthday, and to try and give her that like amazing surprise party, Rory tried to make the biggest pizza ever, and then it kind of dialed back into the biggest pizza from Stars Hollow, because there was just no way they could make the biggest pizza ever. And so I'm gonna dial it back to meet my situation and make the biggest pizza ever that has ever been in my house. So I've kind of like tailored it to fit my situation, because my oven is only a certain size, and so I can't make a huge pizza, but I can make a pretty big pizza, and definitely bigger than ones that I'd normally have. So that's what I'm going to do this evening, but I'm making it all from scratch, and so it's only like a little bit after lunchtime, but I'm going to go and make the dough, because that will need a couple of hours to rise up. So I'm going to go and make that now. Guys, I swear I have never been so simultaneously full of liquid, because I've drunk so many coffees today, and yet also so dehydrated, because I know that coffee is super like dehydrating. I just never normally drink this much, and I know that it's like high in caffeine. I don't know if that's what makes it dehydrating, because I feel like tea has some caffeine in, but not quite as much as coffee. And yeah, I'm just feeling super dehydrated, but I'm about to go and make coffee number 4, because, you know, this is a Gilmore Girls challenge, and so I'm going to be drinking coffee all day long. So it's coffee number 4. I'm about to go and make that, but Jay and I are about to go for a walk, so I'm just going to pop it in one of my travel mugs, because Gilmore Girls, but also environmentally friendly, and drink this on our walk. Oh, hey, Luke. Taylor, hold up.
Okay, so Kira, Lorelai, Foster, if you just want to rank the 4 coffees you've had today.
Okay, so like Jay just said, we're 4 coffees into the day, and so far, going from my least favourite, this one has definitely got to be my least favourite because it was just like your basic ass coffee, so it wasn't very interesting. Next would probably have to be my morning coffee because that was the next most basic, because it was vanilla, it tasted nice, it was frothy, but it wasn't anything super fancy. Next up would have to be the one that I got from If, because that was really nice. It used oat milk and it was super delicious. And then finally would be my iced coffee. It was definitely the best one because it was delicious for one thing, and then I sweetened it with maple syrup, which has got to be to date one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life because that tasted amazing. So yeah, highly recommend getting that Califer iced coffee because it was really nice. And if you, like me, are a baby and can't take coffee without it being sweetened, sweeten it with maple syrup rather than sugar, because obviously you can't put normal sugar into an iced coffee because it won't dissolve, so I had to use a liquid sweetener, and maple is just delicious.
And do you think you're gonna sleep tonight?
That is to be determined. Probably not. So I'm showered, I'm pajamaed, and it's time to go and get some dinner. And I'm super excited because I'm gonna go and check on my dough and then hopefully make the biggest and best pizza that this house has ever seen. Oh my god, yes, queen. Look at it. She's huge. Gilmore Girls joke. God, she's beautiful. Please don't drop it. Please.
Wow, that looks really good.
Please don't drop it. Please don't drop it. Ah, yeah, she's fine. Wow. Okay guys, so here she is. She may not be the biggest pizza that Star Solo has ever seen, but she's definitely the biggest pizza that I've ever seen in this house, and she is gigantic.
This could feed 12.
Excuse me, I've seen you eat.
Fine, 6.
Plus, I'm not feeding a whole town, I'm just feeding myself, so this pizza is more than big enough. So I've got my huge pizza, and also in honour of Dean, who was ridiculed for eating a salad with his takeaway pizza one time, I've also got a bowl of spinach and kale because I feel like I kind of need some healthy food today. So, without further ado, I'm going to try a piece of this bad boy because she is incredible. My god. A little bit nervous because it's hot. Oh my god. I think that's the best pizza I've ever made at home, ever. It's incredible. So I'm going to sit down and watch this and eat this whilst watching some Gilmore Girls. Guys, I'm not a real Gilmore because I only managed to eat half of that pizza, and I know that Rory and Lorelai would have managed to eat the whole thing because they just have stomachs of steel, but I ate half and I'm literally done. That was so filling, but I am kind of excusing it because of how thick it was. That half of a pizza was at least as much as one normal pizza, so I'm kind of allowing it, and it was really tasty, like really good pizza. So I'm going to save the other half for my dinner tomorrow because I definitely want to finish that off just when I've got slightly more room in my stomach. But yeah, I'm going to leave it for a little while, and who knows, maybe I'll make another coffee. We'll see. Okay, so it's currently about 25 to 9 in the evening, and normally I never ever drink coffee. If I do, it's like one on a very rare occasion from like a cafe or something like that, but when I'm at home it's either like water, tea, or very occasionally hot chocolate. So as I said, it's almost 9 p.m. and you might be wondering, Kira, is now a good time to make your 5th coffee of the day? And to that one I would have to answer only if you're a Gilmore. And so if you were talking to Kira on a normal day, it would obviously be no, not a good idea. But today I'm not Kira Foster, I am Kira Gilmore, and so I'm gonna go make coffee number 5. Alright lads, here it is, 5th coffee of the day. Woohoo! And also, in a slightly less terrifying note, because I can definitely handle this part, I've also got myself a vegan Magnum because Gilmore Girls love ice cream. Now my first choice would have been Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream, which obviously typically isn't vegan, but Ben & Jerry's UK just recently announced that they were going to be bringing out a vegan version of cookie dough, which I am beyond excited for, and it was supposed to be coming out at the end of September, but we're now sort of like a week into October and it still isn't out yet, so I had to go for the next best thing, which is of course the vegan Magnums, which are honestly so good. This is the almond one, but they're all amazing and I just absolutely love them. So if you haven't tried these, definitely do because they are amazing. So I'm gonna have them, and that will, I imagine, be the last thing that I eat today, but we'll have to see.
I'll eat to that.
Okay guys, so that 5th and final coffee has been drunk, and that brings my day of eating and, more importantly, caffeinating like a Gilmore Girl to an end. I've actually had so much fun today trying to think of Gilmore Girls inspired food and drinks, and just in general trying to live like a Gilmore Girl because it's quite fun, and definitely I've noticed an increase in the amount of words I can fit in per sentence, along with, like, there's an upward trajectory with how many coffees you've drunk and how many words you can fit per sentence. So that's definitely one thing that I can note from this. That is my scientific conclusion from this experiment. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing me eat and drink like a Gilmore for the day, and yeah, let me know in the comments below which Gilmore Girls meals and foods you love the most, because I really just managed to fit in a snapshot of all of the foods because there are really just so many. So if there are any particular Gilmore Girls meals that you really like or that you would like to see recreated, let me know, because, you know, I just love to talk about Gilmore Girls. So thanks for watching, and I'm just gonna go and head to bed and see whether I can sleep after drinking 5 coffees in one day when I don't usually drink any. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.